crozier, amen, and taking that hook and yanking them back in, hear me very carefully, taking the bottom of that actual crozier, breaking their legs, bringing them back in to make some things happen. You're going to have to walk into a place where you're going to make a greater leader. Sometimes the greatest gift that you can make a better people is leaving their life. The best way to make them a greater leader is to let them know that they're no longer up under your covering and let them fend for themselves. You better know for yourself sometimes to make greater leaders, hear me, you are handicapping people. And that's where God is going to get you. He's going to rebuke you. He's going to get you together because God said that I didn't ever tell you to do that in the first place. You're going to have to start looking at some stuff and saying, I got to make some leaders even greater. Here's my last one, and then I'm going to put it all together for you. Leaders who attract followers need to be needed. A leader who attracts leaders wants to be succeeded. A leader who attracts followers wants recognition. A leader who attracts leaders wants to reproduce himself. A leader who attracts followers wants to focus on the weakness, but a leader who attracts a leader focuses on the strength. A leader who attracts followers wants to hold on to the power, but a leader who attracts a leader wants to share the power. A leader who attracts a follower spend time with others, but a leader who wants to attract another leader wants to share the power. A leader who attracts a follower spend time with others, but a leader who attracts a leader invests their times into others. A leader who attracts a follower are good leaders, but a leader who attracts a leader are great leaders. Here's my last one. A leader who attracts follower experiences some success. Y'all ready? Please write it. And a leader who attracts leaders makes the experience incredible success. Did y'all hear me? I'm closing right here. You want to make sure that you give people Ritz-Carlton, not Econo Lodge. You want to make sure that they don't get a Night's Inn, a Super 8 experience. You want them to get a Wyndham, a Ritz-Carlton, a Renaissance experience. But let me give you the key to that. People who experience some success, they're satisfied with so-and-so given. But when you want an incredible experience, you're going to pay more. I just had a conference, and you'll be amazed. For 3 days, the hotel was almost $500. But they had a restaurant in there. They had everything that you would want inside this one hotel. Some of y'all that have ever traveled with me, y'all know the hotels we kind of stay at. And when we said them hotels, not saying we better than nobody. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying none of that because I get in trouble for a lot of that. Some people, they've been upgraded, being with me, regular rooms, the suites, and all kind of stuff. Some people flew with me, got premier board and got first class seat and all kind of stuff. You know why? Because I refuse to live beneath my privilege. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. And some of you right now, if you're gonna have a great life and you're living for the kingdom, you're entitled to some of the greatest aspects that the Lord has called for us to give. Watch what I'm getting ready to tell you. Your experiences ought to be incredible. It ought to be good for you to want to be able to say that I did something for the Lord. Hear me. Not that he's giving it to me in money, but he's going to give you some stuff in favor. I'm getting ready to close with this. The experience that you're getting ready to walk into is getting ready to be an incredible success. For every single leader that's listening to me today, you are getting ready to walk through some doors in 2018 that are much bigger than you ever thought. But let me help you. Don't you water down. Don't you ever water down what God made you. And don't you apologize for what God gave you. You're going to have to start saying to yourself that I refuse to allow any and everything to get into my ear gate. If I know you fickle, I'm staying far away from you. And I'm going to let you be fired by God and let you keep your name. And some people right now that are taking up space in your life, God is going to even give you an incredible experience with them. You have to learn how to embrace where you are. Some of you right now are bitter. And that's why you are not moving in your favor of God, because you are bitter. And some of you right now, you are angry, you're mad. And God told me to tell you, I'm making this better for you. I preached it and I'm telling you, I had to live it. I'm living it now. There's a thorn in my flesh. I asked him to remove it 3 times, but he said, my grace is sufficient. Y'all ain't ready for me. I know what this is for. Watch what I'm getting ready to tell you. Hear me. He tell us, this is what he told us. He told us that the thorn was the messenger of Satan. So he told us it wasn't a spirit, it was a person. And some of you right now, you are corrupting your incredible success because you keep dealing with the messenger of Satan. You have to remove yourself from a place of bitterness. It's all right to be mad, but sin not. Can I give you one better? I'll never tell you something that I don't live. I'll never tell you something that I ain't facing. That's why this page right here is always about what's real and what's authentic. I'm going to give it to you. He told me, you can be angry, but only for a limited time. You're going to have to rise above it and keep on living and keep on moving. I said, okay, no problem. He said, let me handle it. That's why the day of reckoning is coming. And it's coming sooner than it appears. You're going to have to learn in order to have an incredible experience. See, some of y'all, you like when someone does something. But when you have an incredible experience, it'll be continuous. When you really in the place of God, you will not just deal with some, you'll deal with all. If you're a real leader, you deal with all of it, not just some of it. See, we want to eat what we want, but the things that we're eating is not the things that's most healthy and productive for us. You're going to have to learn in this season, in order to get what you need, you're going to have to drink from that bitter cup. I want to know what's in your bitter cup. I can make a great example for you. I wish I had time. Because in your cup, there's a whole lot of garbage, but you're going to have to drink it. Some of you right now shouldn't even take communion. You shouldn't even take communion. Because some of you right now, you're eating and drinking damnation. You're going to have to do that. If you gave me communion right now, would you take it? If I gave you communion right now, would you take it? Think now before you answer. Because some of us right now, you'll never know where you're going. And I'm telling you, it's better. But if you're really going to be a leader who's going to attract other leaders, you got to want to see them successful. In your yesterday, I'm closing. In your yesterday, yeah, I know you needed to be needed. You wanted everybody to like you. You wanted everybody to call your name. You wanted to be in the plane, trains, and automobile. But sometimes, guess what? You can't be in there with everybody. And you know what my problem is? I allow people to get too fast, too soon in places that they are not scripted for. Because you needed to be needed. You needed to be recognized. You focused on the weaknesses to hold it against them. You held on to some power by throwing it up in their face. You spend time too much with them. You're making good leaders. That's true. And they experience some success. That's true. But where you need to be now is you got to want to see your people successful. And maybe helping them be successful is exiting out of their life. You taking them as far as you can take them. Release them and let them go. That's what you got to do. You got to want to reproduce some people. You got to focus on other people's strengths. You got to want to share some power. You got to want to invest in them. And hear me, they'll become great leaders. But most importantly, they'll experience great success and incredible success. That's what you're getting ready to walk into. I love all of y'all. I appreciate you all. Have an amazing day. Listen to me. We are getting ready to embark upon our Vision Casting 2018.